8 years back, ఇదే chairs లో కూర్చున్నాను నేను. I'm an MJD alumni. మీ అందరిలాగే 4 ఏళ్ళు కష్టపడి అది చేద్దాం ఇది చేద్దాం అని అనుకున్నాను. సార్ అండ్ మ్యామ్ సారీ, చిట్టీలు పెట్టుకుని రాసాము, చిలుకూరు చుట్టూ తిరిగాం, 101 ప్రదర్శనలు చేసాం. ప్రతి ఎగ్జామ్ పాస్ అవుదామని ఏదో సాధిద్దామని జీవితంలో ఎంతో ట్రై చేశాం. బట్ ఇవాళ బట్టలు కుట్టుకుంటున్నాను. Destiny, wherever it takes, you have to go. People ask me, what is my inspiration? Well, let me tell you something which only very few know about. I was an engineer by education, but a fashion designer by passion. Started in 2012 with just 4 employees and grew to 120 employees in a span of 4 years. Served more than 1,000 plus customers and happy brides all across the globe. I know still there is a long way to go, but when someone comes and asks me, what is your inspiration? What motivates you to work for more than 18 hours a day? I simply smile and say, it is not just one day, it was a series of life-changing events that has transformed me to what I am today. My first inspiration, my childhood. Let me tell you a small story. Years ago, there was a small dark-skinned girl who was shabbily dressed, couldn't have good friends. She was always the last bencher. Yes, by now you have guessed it, right? It was me. Yes, I never understood maths, I never understood science, I never understood statistics. I hate algebra. How would I know when I hate algebra or statistics or time and distance, how many hours did Ram and Shyam take to build a wall and Sita couldn't build in the same time? No, I didn't understand that. People laughed at me, but that's fine. Till my 8th or 9th class, I still remember my mom used to come to school to ask teachers to promote me, because every time in my report cards, it was just F grade or the remarks, either shabbily dressed or unpunctual or the notorious student in the class. I never saw A grade in my schooling, so I don't know the importance of that. But yes, when people used to make me sit in the last, or when I didn't know when to wear the white socks or when to wear the black socks, I was a left out child in my school. Somehow, at the bottom of my heart, there is always an inferiority complex. Why am I dark skinned? Why am I dark skinned? At that point of time, when you're kids, what impresses you is the cute goodies or the chocolates or the good friends or the good tiffin box. I didn't have any of them. I didn't have good friends. But at a certain point, I realized, no, I have to change the way. I have to change the way people look at me. Why is that I can't understand the grammar of English? Why is it that I couldn't understand what is the capital of India? Why? All this while, in my entire schooling, this question of why was popping in my head on and off. I have to do everything on my own because my mom was busily working and my dad was fighting all the odds to meet the ends. In my 10th class, I realized something has to change. I have to get noticed. I want to live like every other child. When I saw that Tare Zameen Par movie with Amar, I was just emotionally getting connected to that movie hundreds of times. I was a child in that movie. Okay, I realized then, like me, there are hundreds of children in the country. What I have undergone, many people have undergone. But everything has to pause at a point. You need to realize you can't just continue the way you used to live earlier. I studied very hard in my 10th class. I have failed all the while, and suddenly, you know what? In 10th class, I was a school topper. I was passed with 530 marks, 90%. Suddenly, people call me up. Suddenly, everybody calls my mom and say, "Oh, your daughter has done that." You know how that feels to a mom who has been getting remarks from people that your daughter couldn't study, but in studying 10, everything changes. My relatives started talking to me. I was super role model to all my younger cousins. Okay, then I realized the importance of getting noticed. My first inspiration: to be successful, you have to be noticed with the people. That was my first inspiration. Next, yeah, I completed my schooling like every other girl. I did my engineering. Then, drama of marriage came into my life. Can you imagine? I sat for 47 times for the matches. Every Saturday I used to get ready in a sari and put bindi and sit in a chair and entertain 47 idiots who came along with their family. People rejected me 47 times. Do you know why? I'm dark skinned. Neither my parents had good fat amount of money to give them. And luckily the 48th guy said yes. Wedding bells started ringing in my house. All the relatives came. Oh, finally somebody said yes. I was so mentally prepared. I have to say yes to some Tom, Dick and Harry to end this entire drama of marriage. You know what? When the wedding bells started and it's just 2 weeks for the marriage, that guy calls up and says, let's call up the marriage. I was like, okay, why? The guy says, he's diagnosed with cancer. Okay, I'm shattered. But because of the technological innovations, exactly after 2 weeks, I see in Facebook the guy's status happily engaged. I was like, okay, he clearly lied to me. But why? Just because he got 20 lakhs dowry and he got a fairer girl, he ditched me. I was like, mom and dad, enough of this drama of marriage. Let me be independent. Let me do what I want to do. Let me find a guy who can see something beyond my skin color, who can be with me all my life, who can support me all my life. At that time, as you know, I was not so good with exams, technology and everything. In the same campus, I used to bunk my college. I was very good with mugging up things, but not with the technology. I mugged up all the books. There was a day when CPS came for the interview, along with Infosys and Wipro and all. I was rejected by Infosys, I was rejected by Wipro, but I was selected by Cognizant. I worked with Cognizant in 2009 to 2012. When I was working with Cognizant, I was hired for the position of a technical engineer. Again, I couldn't mug up the programs. I was always wondering, how can people write thousands of lines of code? It took me solid 1 year to write the Hello World program in Java. It was so tough for me. I don't know, it was so tough. I couldn't understand it. Maybe there's some problem with me, but I couldn't understand it. Technology was never my choice. I was battling with myself every day, at least an hour, to go to attend the office. I used to battle. No, 3 years are done. I'm not happy with my job. What am I doing? I always used to cry. There are hundreds of days I used to cry. I used to just think about the past, what's happening. Finally, in 2012, I took a call. No, this is not what I want. Again, the drama starts. I wanted to quit my job. I raised my voice, but my people said, are you mad? Why is she leaving a job where she's earning a lakh rupees? No, I convinced my people. I told my people, there is something, as Steve Jobs said, connect your dots. I started connecting my dots all across my 22 years. What happened to me? I realized I was good with dressing after my child. I started wearing good clothes every day. People used to admire me. Maybe then I realized fashion was my calling. I started a firm in Mugdha Arts studio in 2012. As the famous author said, when you conspire something, the entire world will help you in achieving it. Starting in 2012 with 6 designs, uploaded those designs in Facebook, got my first clients, people followed it. I didn't know because I did not study the fashion technology. But yes, I knew which color goes with what, which silhouettes are good for carrying for the evening party or the daytime. From a 10 member to team to a 30-member team, from 1 room to a 3-bedroom apartment, and then to a 5-bedroom apartment, and finally to a full-fledged 5,000 square feet flagship store today. I own a store in Hyderabad. I'm not a fashion graduate. Every customer is an exam for me. I sit with people. I realize there are n number of people just like me who feel that they are dark skinned. India, we are very much, hypocritical. We talk something and we do something. Even today, in all you people, there are some people who feel like me, but there are some people who still want to marry a fair-skinned girl. Guys, come on. Even we are, we can do something. Maybe my story will let you know about it. Inspiration comes when somebody comes and says, hey, you know what? You did it. When everybody said no, you did it. For me, the real inspiration and the satisfaction comes when a bride calls from the wedding mandap and says how much people loved her in my clothes, how beautiful she was looking in spite of she being short, tall, dark skinned. That was the moment of success for me. For me, fashion is not about those trending or what hot celebs are wearing. Fashion is something which defines you, which recreates you, which gives the best version of you. My entire tagline to my brand is also, we are about you. Years later, women used to, women never used to come out to do things. But today, thanks to technology, because of the technical innovation, the information is available everywhere. Women are trying to access that information. Every educated girl has good access to the amount of information. She has the support system. The chances of success of female versus the male is also same now. These are the women I'm aspiring for. I'm aspiring to design for the free-spirited Indian women. Success is not about the money you make. It's about the small things which we have told you. You cannot do it. It's not a girl's job. Wherein you do and you prove that world is nothing impossible. Follow your heart and nothing can stop you. As every engineer decides when they are studying either to go for CAD, GMAT, GRE, and everything. You know what? I gave my CAD 3 times. The first time I got 36 percentile. Went back. Studied for 1 solid year. Went to all the mandirs to understand how to clear that. The second time I got 42 and the third time I got 54 while my all friends are getting 99 percentile. I didn't know how they are getting, but yes, they got it. Then I realized, do you know what guys, today I am a graduate from ISB, Indian School of Business. They called me. I did not appear for any exam or anything. ISB called me up because I'm successful today. I'm a successful entrepreneur today. So, let me tell you, this was me ages ago, the 5-6 years. That was my frock I designed by cutting my mom's sari. Today, when I look back, it's something, yeah, maybe the dot was there, but I wanted to become a designer at that point of time. This was at the age of 6 or 7. I want to talk about entrepreneurship. And this is me today. Yes, today I'm a successful model, I'm a fashion designer, and I'm a celebrity. How did all this come? It was just, I followed my heart. There is no hard rule that. Only through subjects or only through some proper guidance you have to achieve something. No, sit back, lay back and try to understand what is it you want to do in your life. Is it like a normal engineer or is it like a public servant? Is it like you want to serve the entire country? Sit back. Initially, it will be tough for you to understand what is my choice because it will be very confusing, like I had confusion. But try it out. Try doing things different. Firstly, I want to talk about the entrepreneurship. When I started my company, I did not have anybody to guide me. The first thing when you become an entrepreneur, you have to take a plunge. You can never sit back in your office and fulfill your dreams, but make conscious decisions. Understand the market, understand yourself. Be sure and be confident because there will be hundreds of people to question you, to compare with you. Even if you don't help, people will start criticizing. Take that critic. That's fine. Fail that day, but next day you'll stand up again. On the day one, you might not have a vision like Steve Jobs. Even in my 4 years, today I don't have a vision. But still, I'll try to develop everything new. Something new, the next day, to see some change. You know what? A lot of people said, you need a vision, money, and a good market condition to start a business. But I don't agree on that. I didn't have all three when I started. But I had the courage to do it, and I did it. The second thing, once you decide to take the plunge, you have to understand why is that you want to do it. I know we create beautiful products with amazing benefits, but given today's circumstances, anyone else can do it. But how different are you? You need to understand that. The thing to understand is, people don't buy products anymore. They are interested in what is your brand about, what is the belief, what is the aspiration in designing the product. Nike never talks about shoes. It always talks about the great sportsmen. They talk about the hard athlete trainers, how much effort they have put in achieving that gold medal. That's how Nike brand salutes the people. If you take Apple, Apple never talks about the technical details of the products. They speak about change makers. They always speak about changing the status quo. That is what people believe in. We are creating a brand. We are not just creating clothes. We are selling an experience to everyone who walks into the store. The third hurdle of entrepreneurship. You know what? We entrepreneurs have a very bad thing of doing everything on our own. Like that I have surpassed my 4 years. But later I realized I need to have a team of people who believe in me, who believe in my vision, who believe in my success. That's the team I want. It was very hard for me to find the team, but today I'm well equipped with the team. I built a team which believed in me, which believed in my dream. Today I'm what I am today because of them. I could not imagine my success or the journey without them. My message to all the entrepreneurs and the young generation. Touchwood, today I am a 100 million company turnover, and I have I'm one of the esteemed designers from South India. I want to say something. Follow your heart, follow your dreams. That's fine. Fail. You're very young. You can get up, but follow your dreams. And let me tell you, when I was small, I always used to think, maybe if I had money, I could have achieved something. But no, trust me, today I have crores of rupees in my bank. It is just the numbers get multiplied. I don't have time to eat my food, I don't have time to spend with my friends. It is always something which you have to realize before money, people have come into the picture. So all the best to you guys. Thank you.